Hello, my name is Sue Mon, and today we're going to look at what the cup represents in the Bible. Well, it represents one's destiny or will of God. So let's look at some of the verses and see how this will apply. The first verse we're going to look at is Psalm 16:5. Here is the verse in Hebrew. We're going to take each word and look at it. Adonai Manat Chalki means dos, my part, or a part of me. So the Lord is a part of me. Vekosi, and my cup. Ata tomik. This means you support, uphold, and able to function or keeps it upright. What is it that it's applying to? Gorali, my fate. So we could say, the Lord is a part of me and my life, which you support for my destiny. And instead of life, they use the word cup. Let's look at another one. This is another familiar one, Psalms 23:5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. So it's not talking literally about a cup that's overflowing. It's talking about their life. Their life is overflowing with goodness and family. And so this is where cup would represent your life. So now we have four more verses. Matthew 20:22, Psalms 1:16-13, Genesis 44:2, and Revelation 17:4. So if you'd like to stop the video right now and look them up yourself and see if you can kind of analyze them on your own, we'll be back in just a second. Okay, let's look at Matthew 20:22. It says, you don't know what you are asking, Jesus said. Can you drink the cup I am going to drink? Now, they weren't talking about drinking a cup of wine. They were talking about Christ's life, what he was going to have to suffer, what he was going to have to live through his life. Let's look at Psalms 1:16-13. I will lift up the cup of salvation. Well, there's not a cup that's salvation. It's your life. Your life is a cup of salvation, a cup of living a life that has been saved from sin, saved from the punishment of sin. How about Genesis 44:2? Then put my cup, the silver one, in the youngest one's sack. Now this one's a little bit harder to kind of analyze, but if you think of cup being the symbol of someone's life, Joseph was really testing his brothers by putting his cup or his life in their hands again. He was kind of testing them to see what they would do with his brother and whether or not they would bring him back. And so this was sort of a test by Joseph giving a part of his life for his brothers. Revelation 17:4 says, the woman held a golden cup in her hand, filled with the abomination and the filth of her adulteries. So even though the cup was a golden cup, the cup, or the life of this woman, the woman that rides the beast, was full of abominations. It was filthy cup. The life was not good. So let's look at modern day cup uses. One of the ancient marriage traditions was that a man would offer a cup of wine to his potential bride. If she took it and drank from it, then she was saying, yes, I accept. I will join my life with yours. Then they would both drink from the same cup. And this is a tradition for many Jews today. So they are joining their lives together because they know their life and their destinies will be one. So they drink from the same cup. When we drink of the cup at communion, we are testifying that our lives have been covered with the blood of Yeshua. We now have a destiny. It is no longer our life, but his that we are living for. We have accepted his marriage proposal, and our lives are one with his. There are also cultural practices with the cup. Not always good. The tea leaf reading is the practice of seeing signs of the future through tea leaves in the bottom of cups. Similar to Turkish coffee or palm readings, the practice of visualizing symbols or flashes of divination through tea leaves has garnered plenty of skeptics and believers. Ancient cultures often called upon individuals to interpret the future. In Egypt, there was the oracle. In Greece, there was the Delphi. And centuries later, there would be traveling gypsies, soothsayers, alchemists, and pagans. And so they would read what was your future life in the bottoms of a cup. Today, for most of us, the joy of sharing our lives with our friends over a cup of coffee or tea just comes naturally. When a visitor arrives at the house, we usually offer them a beverage in which we sit and talk, sharing our problems, our hopes, and our dreams, which are part of our lives. We also have all kinds of cups, and on those cups, we have life sayings on them. So this is just a way of saying, this is my life. So next time, we're going to look at the symbol of the bread. Now, thank you for joining me.